they deserved it. Rangers at the end, you're thinking they're going to go and put some pressure on Ross County to go and get, maybe once it went to 3-2, you thought 7 minutes added, Rangers are really going to push. Didn't really look like scoring an equaliser, and it's a shocker, it really is, and it puts Rangers bang up against it now. I think that Celtic were slight favourites because of the draw at Ibrox, but I now think they're big favourites to win the league.
Yeah, I'm beginning to feel like a clone of you. I had Celtic to win the league by 10 points.
So does that.
With Brendan Rodgers in charge. Then, as it got to a certain point, I thought they just look a shadow of the team that was under Ange Postecoglou, and I thought Rangers might nick it because of that momentum shift. And now suddenly, I personally think there's still a twist to come. I'm not. It's very difficult to analyse what that twist is going to be, but I just cannot see Rangers going to Celtic Park and winning. I just can't see it. I mean, I've said it's advantage Celtic, and I just don't think Rangers are mentally strong enough to go there with enough quality to win it. And that's why, again, it's a switch to say it's advantage Celtic.
No, I think that Celtic have got so many players in that dressing room and a manager who have been over the course and distance, Peter, and Brendan will probably speak about it later on, but his comments saying, this is the moment in the season that we relish. We want this pressure. We expect to win the leagues and expect to win championships. James Tavernier, Connor Golson, 6 years at Rangers, 3 trophies. Do they expect to win the league? I don't think they do. I think that Callum McGregor's, James Forrest, they'll be expecting to go and win the league now. And I think that's the big difference, Peter. I don't think Rangers have got the bottle for it, and I think that was proved yesterday.
You've been over the course as a title winner. You do need strong minds in there as well.
Of course you do. Any successful team needs strong minds, and sometimes you need for each other in the dressing room to be digging each other out. Which I think is probably dying in my experience as a coach in the game of football nowadays. There's every time it's got to be somebody for the coaching staff that's digging certain players out. Where really, you want the players to manage the dressing room themselves. So, it's just the big positive for Rangers is they're still in it, and they can still go and win the league if they win all their games.
I think that statement you made there worrying.
Why?
Well, because, I can remember you played alongside Barry.
I thought you were going to bring us back for my predictions for the league.
I don't mind that. Listen, we're on a roller coaster where we're all changing our minds. But I can remember you in a team where Barry was a morning face so-and-so, and he would manage in the dressing room, he would be on the park, he would be the voice of the manager on the park as well, and he had that drive. And obviously you had a lot of strong characters, and for you to say the modern player now is looking for a coach to do that, instead of, some
and I don't just mean at Rangers, I mean as in football as a whole.
Yeah.
I think that there's a lot of, I don't think there's enough leaders in the game as a whole anymore.
It's a surprising one. For me personally, picking up on Lee's point there, my insight into it, Ruffy, is the reason is because there's not enough of the quality within a squad that's being signed. You sign certain characters like that. I think if you look for an identikit of certain players that you want in your team, you go out and recruit them. And I don't think there's a lot of them left in Scottish football, but that's because the standard has dropped.
I think we used to say a couple of years ago, as far as Rangers and Celtic were concerned, it was that whoever had the majority of players who know what it's like. I don't just mean Scottish players, because Celtic and Rangers have all got foreign players. I just think certain foreign players don't really get it. Do you know what I mean? That, what it means to the club and what it means to the fans. And I'm not just saying all the loan players, guys that are coming up on loan. It's not the be all and end. To them, it doesn't look like that because they've got somewhere else to go.
Yeah.
I just feel that the lack of, I probably would say homegrown players, and I'm probably talking a lot of rubbish now because they're all foreigners. But I'm just saying there didn't seem, when that third goal went in, Tavernier was looking at Golson was looking at Suter was looking at somebody else, and it was as if, what do we do? No, there was nobody that we always go back to Barry, and there's nobody there, who looked as if, even Lundstrom, I thought Lundstrom, he looked shell-shocked. Nobody actually put it behind them and said, right, come on, there's still a wee bit to go here, we can score goals.
Yeah.
It looked as if shell-shocked, you know, because of what had happened.
And Celtic were used to Scott Brown for such a long time, being that type of guy who just would not let the standards drop.
Yeah, Brownie done the exact same job at Celtic for a number of years. The same job that Barry done. I think Callum McGregor does it in a different way. He leads by example with performances. He's not a shouter. I think Brownie had that presence, had that snarling presence with the shaved head. Obviously, he's not got it anymore as a manager, but he had that tough guy persona where I think the players at Celtic respect him and listen to him. And I agree with Ruffy. I don't think Rangers have got that in that dressing room.
Yeah, even when the manager warned the players at half time, he reckoned they didn't pay any heed to it.
I warned them that it was not good enough the first half, and I wanted to see more second half and keeping the clean sheet, but then you concede 2 goals in 5 minutes or something. And then you start chasing the game. So that makes it more difficult. You give energy to the opponent. They get a lot of energy. They put their bodies all over the pitch in front of the ball to make the decisive tackle or duel or whatever. And I think the last half hour we played much better, and I wanted to see that urgency 90 minutes long and not 30 minutes long.
Yeah,